Okay, today's video is going to be about the seats in the truck. They're the original seats that came with our truck. Very basic cloth, no electric, and the lumbar support on mine is shot, so it looks puffed out at the bottom right now, but it's really not. It collapses when I put my weight on it, and there's no bolstering to speak of. This side is so eroded, it collapses, and I tend to roll off this side of the seat. So, time to upgrade. So after scouring Kijiji for months, these are the seats I decided to go with. They're out of a late model sport car of the same brand, so the seat belt is going to just click right in there and work just fine. And they are 10-way electric memory seats with inflatable bolsters, which is nice. You would think they would be smaller than the ones out of the truck, but they're actually a little bit bigger. And of course there's going to be some adapting required because this came out of a different model of car, and so this drops down lower. This tang here drops down lower than the bottom of the rest of this rail, which is flat, so that's a nice surface to work off of. And then of course wiring. Each of the seats has a plethora of wires, as well as a very dangerous yellow connector for the airbags. Okay, so this is the bottom of our original seat. As you can see, they had these brackets bolted to the bottom of the seat, and they have this curvature that matches the hump on the floor of our vehicle. So I need to reuse those and mount the bottom of the new seat to that. And so to make that easier on me, I've welded up these brackets, which have the same bolt pattern as these seats, and I'm going to take these studs out of the seat and weld it to this bracket, and then weld this bracket to the flat surface on the bottom of the new seats. So I want to reuse these studs. These are the original studs, and I'm just going to put those into the brackets I welded up, and then grind the head off and weld them in solid. Now just tagging these in here to hold them so I can grind the head off. Okay, so there's those brackets, the original brackets bolted to the floor. And the new bracket fit on top of that. So, now that I've tested the bracket works, I need to stick it there. So to get this on there, I need to get rid of those plastic bits, obviously, and the and that. and just clamp the bracket on and tack it in place. So I just put on a couple of light tacks just to hold it there. Let's go try it out. Probably overkill on the welds, but better to be safe than sorry. And once again for side B. And then the memory chair had a little bit of a diet. I removed all this stuff. And replaced it with a new harness. Bypassing all the memory stuff. Straight hardwired the switch to the motors using only blue and white wires, which are my favorite colors. This needed to be done because the original wires going to the switch were 20 gauge, which were just logic level for the memory controller, and I needed 14 gauge to actually power the motors. Okay, there it is, all wired in. Kind of blends in with the rest of them, but you can see it there. And now I just have the positive and negative to power the whole system. These are the XT60 connectors, the same ones I used on the solar panels, and they're quickly becoming my favorite low voltage high current connector. They're about $1 a pair, and they've got contacts on the back which you can solder to, make very low resistance connections, and reuse, which I really like. So that's it, all professionaled up, ready to go in.
So comfy.
Okay, so I'm sure looking forward to taking these out on a road trip, which we have coming up here this weekend. So stay tuned for a more in-depth review. Also, we got our 3D printed Android Auto pod up there, so lots more videos coming soon.